Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Mystical Hot Chocolate Talks. We are the Mystical Hot Chocolate Endeavors, and this is our podcast. Boys, how are you?
Pretty good. Pretty tired, but we're hanging on.
Tremendous.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Some of that.
A lot of that.
I had a week, but we'll start with Tyler.
Will we? Okay. Hello. I'm alive.
Yeah.
How are you guys? I am not the one who is without electricity potentially, but apparently you have electricity. Trevor, what's going on with you? Your story's probably more interesting.
I got the pizza. You got to keep going.
You gotta,
Oh, God,
Oh,
man.
okay.
Will.
Greg, didn't you have an announcement?
Oh, yeah. I do kind of have an announcement. So, if you guys would please go onto your Facebooks really fast.
Aight.
If it's an option. If it's not an option, don't worry about it.
I'm there.
Okay. So the title that I just put into your Facebooks that I'm not going to announce yet, the animated video process for the video just started today.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
That is exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna send you guys the particular artist's work after this, just so you guys can kind of see the style. But I'm pretty stoked. I'm like really stoked.
I believe that was also Messenger, not Facebook. I was like logging on to my Facebook, and I'm like, okay, I'll log on.
Isn't that part of... It's the same thing.
I think it's the same thing.
Well,
It is the same thing.
well, yeah, but like,
you
like
click
there's
on...
a Messenger app, and there's a Facebook app.
Will
like-
is correct.
Okay.
Okay,
like-
but also on the Facebook app, it now tells if you have a Messenger message. Message? Yes.
Yeah. Either which
I did
way,
not know that.
Facebook Messenger. Fact of the matter is that process has started, and it's gonna be pretty rad. I've gotten a chance to go through like the whole like bit about the tune with the guy, and he's pretty stoked about it.
Which
like
song?
his first thing was, wow, this song is really, yeah. And I was like, yeah, this song is pretty. So like,
Oh, okay.
let's do it, man. And so he's
I
pretty
already
stoked.
know which song.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
I think most of the listeners don't know. I mean,
Yep.
Nobody knows what's going on
And that's
except
impossible.
us.
You
That's
can't
great.
know.
This,
You're not allowed to
This is
know.
great. This is mysterious.
Yes.
I like
It's
it.
a mystically mysterious.
It's a mystically, and then we can reference. You remember that one time on the podcast when we were talking about that thing? Well, this was the thing for all three of you watching at home. Like, yeah. Anywho, all right. No, I think this week has been rough for a variety of reasons. I'm sure Trevor can, after he finishes his pizza, of course, can get in on that. I was actually supposed to
Our
be.
boy's occupied here.
Yeah, our boy is occupied. I was supposed to be in Houston on Monday, and then my flight got canceled to Wednesday, and then my Wednesday flight got canceled to tomorrow. So we'll see how tomorrow goes.
So Sunday night,
Yeah.
they're like, this Arctic winter storm is gonna hit Texas, and they were predicting this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to say a week or so. We're supposed to know about this.
Yeah.
And man, dude, it looked like it snowed. It was crazy. Like, and I don't mean none of that nonsense snow. Like, it's stick.
Yeah.
And it looked like Boston after snow. You know,
That's
like,
wild.
so what was crazy was after it snowed, the temperature stayed freezing. Like, it went down more. So the temperature for like 2 or 3 days, even tonight it's going to get down again, but it's averaged like 30 degrees, 25 degrees, 20 degrees, below 20. And everything froze, like including the, like, what do you call them? Like power plants and natural gas facilities.
Yeah.
Because, man, I don't even know how to describe this. Texas is on its own electric grid because they were like, oh, we're Texas, yeehaw, we don't need, we don't want to be part of the national grid.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not part of the national grid. They call it, I think it's called ERGOT,
Okay.
Electric Red of Texas. I don't know. And they're their own thing because they're their own thing, they don't have to follow regulations. One of the national regulations is your facility and its hardware has to be housed inside and indoors, and it has to be ice proof, and it has to be weatherproof, and all this stuff. Texas doesn't do that because it's cheaper. Well, because of that, now those things froze. Their turbines froze. Solar panels got frozen over. Wind turbines got frozen. So the whole state's electricity went out. Like the whole state. Like I think they said 2/3 of the entire state lost power.
Did you guys lose power personally?
Yeah, yeah. I lost power. I woke up Monday and had no power, and my house was without power for 49 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was lucky though, because I have friends in my neighborhood, 2 friends who live on the hospital grid, so their power doesn't go out ever.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because the hospital grid is the only place that has electric wiring like underground, so it can't be knocked over. Wind can't destroy it. You know, something they could do with, I don't know, all of the power lines, so that nobody loses power ever. You know, people are silly. So anyway, yeah, Craig was supposed to fly in, but it was too cold, so all the roads iced over. Actually, Monday, I even texted him back and said, I understand why your flight got canceled, because everything in Texas is overpass, and no other places have overpasses because they freeze. Well, this is like the first time in a long, long, long time that Texas has had this kind of weather. So, yeah, people were driving. In Dallas, there was a 100-car accident buildup. And in Austin, there was a 70-car accident buildup.
Oh my god.
Because nobody, they're stupid, bro. They drive on, they just go out and they drive. Like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to work. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I went out only because I have that cool car that can kind of hang out in the snow for a little while, 'cause I have the stick and everything. But I just stayed in the neighborhood, and it was crazy, dude. Like it was pretty wild. Like nowhere was quote unquote safe to drive. So I can't imagine.
Are there snowplows or any of that?
No, that's the other thing. There's no infrastructure for that. There's no salt trucks. There's no salt.
I was going to ask about the salt next. Yeah. Wow.
No salt trucks, no salts, no plows. We just kind of had to wait for it to go away.
Wow.
And the craziest part is this was Monday.
Yeah.
Come Sunday, it'll be like 70 again.
Yeah. I'd seen by Saturday, it's going to be back up in the 70s. Like, what the fuck, you know?
I think tonight's the last night of like freezing, and then like tomorrow it'll be like 40.
Nice.
Or something like that. Like,
wow.
Even today it was 38 all day.
Oh wow. Okay.
So everything's basically back to normal. But the power outage was what was wild, because it was out forever.
Yeah.
And it was freezing. Like the inside of my house was probably like 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and that leads to the other thing. There's a record-breaking number of people in hospitals from carbon monoxide poisoning, because they're going in their garages and they're getting in their cars to warm up and charge their phone and blast that heater, and their garage is closed. And there's people putting generators in their garages or in their homes
inside,
because it was raining. One, it was raining, and two, this is fucked up, but people will steal generators. You know, so, but like just on my street, there's one guy's a generator outside, and then 2 houses down, this guy's a generator in his garage with it like kind of half-assed opened, hoping it all goes. It's like it won't all go out.
Yeah. Wow.
In fact, they were even saying you should not be in your, because here we have a lot of I don't even know what you call it, disconnected garages, like
separate from the main house. Yeah.
Detached. So people were like, oh well, at least if I'm in the garage and the garage is open, it can't even build up or go anywhere in the house. And they're like, no, even if the door's open and you're just sitting in the garage like for hours on end with the heat on, like it can still build up like in your car. Oh, and when they woke up the next day, people's exhaust had snow in it, and they would just turn their car on. They didn't check, and so the exhaust would build up and go back into the car, and then they would pass out inside their own cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And
That's a
then
fun
and
week.
then yesterday, as the temperatures started drastically getting hotter from being freezing, everybody's pipes bursted.
Of course.
Everybody, even my friend
course.
who's on the hospital grid, whose power never, like their power never even went out, and they still had pipes burst.
Wow.
So now with the temperatures going back up, like everybody's pipes are bursting. Apparently, there's not enough water, so there's no. They said don't drink the water now, so they've been giving out bottled water.
Jeez.
It's pretty wild. It's great.
That,
It was like 2 days of martial like outlaw.
yeah.
You kind of do whatever you want, and then now we're back to like, okay, go back to work.
Back to
Electricity's
Texas.
back. They're like, electricity's back on. Like everybody can calm down now.
How are the roads around you guys at this point? Are you
It's
pretty
fine.
much able to
Everything's
get
done.
wherever? You're
Everything's
fine?
everything's
Yeah.
melted. Everything's good.
Wow.
It was hilarious, dude. For like 2 days, it was like it was like straight out of a Fallout game. Like,
Yeah.
and what makes it even funnier? This isn't funny, but Craig, do you remember in my neighborhood? Every neighborhood entrance has those big stone like name
Yeah.
plates.
Yeah. Like the
right,
archway kind of.
So
things or whatever.
there's one big one
Yeah.
where the rec center is, like with the main pool and stuff.
Yep.
Well, I guess it had cracks in it, and it all froze on the inside, and then when it melted or iced out, the whole thing like crumbled.
Oh
so it looks,
shit.
So like half of it looks like someone ran. It looks like someone ran into it, but it's obviously from it crumbling. So that day, like there's snow everywhere, like you can't even see roads, and like I pull up on that hill, and you see the crumbled sign, and like the wind blowing snow, and it looks straight out of like a video game. Like you've just entered,
Yeah.
old Greatwood.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the message you sent me with like Texas, and it was Dark Souls. That was straight up what it looked like, and I should have taken a picture. It was really funny.
Man.
And there's people they had made snowmans, and everyone was on the golf courses with their sleds and like sledding.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
It was pretty funny, but no one had like sleds. They all had like boogie boards and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
skateboards, and some people just had cardboard boxes.
Yeah. Wow. That's a move.
But yeah, it's been my 2 days of I don't know, living in Arctic Texas.
Yeah.
So has the bike shop been open in Arctic Texas? Jeez.
We opened today.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Wow. How
was
have
sort of-
the oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just to explain something right quick.
Yeah.
So I live in a basement, and it appears there has been a small critter that has taken refuge about there in my
Really?
ceiling.
Oh my god.
So if you all see me doing some of this,
Oh,
that's just because I'm seeing if I'm about to live with a squirrel. That's
gotcha.
all.
Gotcha.
Anyway, Trevor, please.
Dude, critters aren't
continue.
fun.
Critters are fun. Speaking
They
of
can't-
critters, how have the girls been liking the snow? Is that something that they've probably not ever experienced before? Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it'd be.
Yeah.
Allie hates it. Lexi loves it.
Yeah. Oh.
Allie's like, I want my couch back. Oh my god, they were the most pitiful looking dogs. You could have walked in my house at any point, and
Yeah.
they're on the couch with like 2 sets of blankets tucked in. And the
Aw.
sad part is, not sad, the funny part is like, I didn't do that. They got up on the couch.
Yeah.
And they got under the blankets, and they like knew they were super cold and had to get the second layer, and
That is so cute.
Your dogs are just adorable, man.
Allie's blind, and
Yeah.
she's like, "What is this? Soft? All right."
Soft
That's why
and
she-
warm.
I was worried she was gonna like walk into the fire.
Oh
like,
god.
put the fire on. I'm like, she's like, "Oh, warm."
Oh, do you? I don't remember that. You guys have a fireplace?
Yeah, dude, I got the 2-sided fire. Do you not have the 2 living rooms?
Oh, that's right. In between. Okay, cool.
It's not very warm though, because it's a gas fireplace.
Okay.
You know, I could put like actual firewood on it, which I
Yeah.
should do. That would make
Yeah.
it really warm,
Yeah.
because gas fire is not very warm.
That's wild. Yeah.
That's another reason people have been dying though, or getting sick, is they're bringing their grills into their houses.
Oh my god.
Yo, I saw that on the
No.
news. Is
Oh.
that real?
Yes, in fact, a lady's family like died in a fire. It was like her mom and her 3 kids all died because they had their stove burning, like all 4 burners just burning
Oh my
to keep
god.
warm.
Oh, that's so
I mean,
sad. But what?
Yeah, Trevor, like, what did you guys do in your house? Did
What
you
do you
just
mean,
not
Greg?
have?
I
Did
went
you
to
have
my
any way of getting warmth?
I went to my boy's house with power and just chilled out.
Okay.
What do you think I do during disasters? Do you think I
Well, I
actually
mean, what-
suffer? No, I go and I chill out somewhere. I find the easiest thing to do and I just post up. Like, what did we do? We got the friends with the power grid, so we just all right. We take
Plan
the
B,
dogs.
bitches. Let's
yeah,
go.
we go over there. The dogs hang out. They have
Oh
the
my
heat. I'm
God.
taking shower. You know, everyone's posting about like eating cereal for dinner, like still cold, like everything in fridge gone bad, and I'm like taking a nice shower, like coming out, cooking food, and I'm like, oh, my phone's at 100%. Let me just play my Switch real quick, like.
Dude, you need to write a survival guide. Just hey, has misery struck you? Just
I don't even need a
go
survival
do
guide.
something
Just
better.
do,
Make some
yeah,
friends.
just do the
go
best.
make some friends.
Like, what's your problem? You need power? We'll go get the power. And now you're, like, this is where having friends is a good thing
See,
when disaster strikes.
This was the problem. When Puerto Rico was going through their catastrophe, they sent Trump with was it toilet paper or
Yeah, he's throwing that.
Yeah.
right?
Paper towels. I
Paper,
think
yeah,
that's what it
paper
was.
towel.
Paper
They should have
towels.
sent Trevor there instead. He would have, guys.
Oh, I would have been great.
We
I'd
can
be like,
solve
guys,
this situation. Hold on,
let's-
let us just work with me here.
Like,
You
hang on a
want
minute.
hot showers and switches? Like, let's make this work.
I'd be like, yo, I got a
Just go to
buddy.
your friend.
Just
I
go-
got a
buddy.
buddy's house that's also fucked
I got a
up.
buddy. His name is Trump. I bet he
God.
wouldn't mind if we just crashed there for a day.
Oh my God.
See,
I'm
there's a time-
terrified of this hurricane season
Yeah.
because because it's cold now in Texas.
Yeah.
And
oh,
I don't know,
how
just-
is it gonna affect you? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that affects the water and
Yeah,
the water
yeah.
temperature, and then when that moves around to somewhere else, and then it meets another.
But this was an
I don't
Arctic
know how that
blast
fucking shit
that
works,
came
but
from
yeah.
like Canada, like these Canucks over here sending down the.
It's been Tyler's fault the whole time.
That's me. Yep.
Incredible.
Yo, it's actually been warm as heck here in Toronto as far as a Canadian winter goes,
Wow.
which is bizarre. I mean, it snowed like 5 or 6 times, I guess.
Wow.
That's it. I mean, it was minus 17 Celsius, about 3
Oh my
degrees
God.
the other day. But that was
Jesus.
like one day. That's it. So no, it's as horrendous as things have been everywhere else. It's
Dude, we had a
fine up here.
here in Plainfield. Our high for like the last 3 weeks was about 5 degrees. Like we've been living around like the -3, -4 is like a midday, and then by night it drops way down to like -10 to like -13.
What?
And your
It
boy's
has-
out there running in it like a fucking stupid asshole. So that's
You
been
still go
fun.
running in that?
Yeah, man.
What's been powering you through it? A certain unnamed upcoming release?
Yeah, of
Is that
sorts.
still doing it?
It's
Or
or
was it today's discussion? Was it today's album?
it's it. Oh, or
Was
okay. Hold on. Now there you go, Will. That's a great transition. We will get into that, but yeah, I mean that's a part of it. It's just, it's one of those things where like I told myself when like the whole quarantine thing had started, like what, close to a full year from now, I was like, if there's one thing I need to keep consistent, like to keep my head on straight, it's gonna be this whole running thing. And like when the weather got bad, it was just like, well, more layers, like 2 sweatshirts and the jacket, gloves, and thermal socks. So
what sort of shoes are you wearing to not just
standard
fall?
running shoes. Standard.
What?
So I've discovered a loophole.
Oh, that's my
to
next
ice.
question. How many running
Okay.
shoes do you go through?
I go through about about 2 pairs a year. A pair
That's
will
pretty good.
usually a pair will usually last about 7-8 months, and then I have to swap from there.
Gentlemen, let me knock on my ceiling. Just
Do
one
it.
brief moment.
Yep, no worries.
Continue.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've discovered this kind of like cartoon loophole with ice. Ice is only slippery when you spend too long on it. So like if you do like the Wile E. Coyote thing and you just keep moving your legs, like you don't fall down. It won't let
Okay.
you. It makes no sense.
Okay.
But It's
So
a real
are you
thing.
are you running or are you just perpetually falling for like you just fall for 6 miles and then you come back home and
That's-
you're like, you know
yeah.
what? Let's call it a day.
That's pretty much been the.
Your
that's
mom's
been the
like,
move.
"How was the run?" You're like, "Terrifying."
Did Craig almost
Why?
die
Because
in
of the
my 10
cold?
seconds
No,
out?
because
No,
'Cause
I
I'm
was explaining
Perpetually
that,
falling.
Yeah, I've discovered a cartoon loophole in running on ice is that if you just keep moving, you actually can't fall. Like when you slip on ice is when you spend too much time on like a single part of ice. So if you just kind of go, you're fine.
I bought
and then
it.
I said, to which I said, he's just perpetually falling
Yes.
as he's running, and yeah, that was that.
And he's absolutely right.
I love those forever falling.
Yeah.
videos.
I imagine this horrendous. Just so I actually wore this many regular running shoes, and then I just kept falling and dying. And oh, jeez, wow, poor guy.
Oh,
yeah,
whatever.
just like Trevor there.
Yeah, exactly like Trevor.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Speaking of like falling and slipping on ice, who is that singer, Will, that me and you were talking about?
No, we're not gonna say that. No, because
What?
I'm not gonna talk shit about that, bro.
No,
It's
it
not
wasn't.
right.
It wasn't talking shit. It was a great song. No. It was a great song, great singer. It's just in this song, the girl makes like a noise. It was either on the chorus or the verse. Like she'd end the phrase with the noise that sounded like she was slipping on ice. And I brought it up to Will while we were listening. I brought it up to Will while we were listening to the song, and like he immediately got it. But it was one of those things of just like, what is it? It was a great song. There's
It's Erykah Badu, The Soldier.
Okay.
Or just Soldier.
Oh, I like
I
her.
don't know. I don't remember if it's The Soldier or just Soldier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
I
it's
know
in the
that
chorus.
song.
She's like, ooh, yeah, ooh. It sounds great. This
It's
sounds
a-
nothing
it's-
like
it
I'm
was a
doing,
really
but
cool
it
song.
sounds like she's falling on ice. So
yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Oh man.
I like Erykah Badu.
It was good. It was really good. I think it
It's
was one of those
fucking great, bro.
things. Yeah. Just different. All right. Speaking of great music,
All
Tyler,
right, yeah.
why don't you
Tyler-
open up our
Is
record
it,
of the week?
Is it time to talk about King Gizzard's 2018 release, Infest the Rat's Nest?
Was it
Hell yeah,
2018
brother.
or
I think it is.
2019?
Oh gosh, it is.
That being said,
well-
it came out in 2019.
Oh my gosh, did it really?
It really.
All right, Tyler,
did.
take it away.
I'm 1 year out of date here.
Yeah.
So I remember this record very, very well, despite the fact that I just got the year wrong by a year, because this was my end
Liar.
of Boston, post end of Boston jam. So like once I moved to Toronto, we're driving around Christmas time back home in Atlanta, and this just came out, and I popped that on, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, this is not an average King Gizzard record at this point. They cover a multitude of genres. Every record's a different genre. But this is insane. This is like, I mean, Craig, you're more of a thrash metal guy, but this was pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been listening to it pretty much nonstop since it came out in 2019.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Yeah, you're
So, I'm not cheating. I know this one well enough.
Excellent.
So there's
Yeah,
no cues here.
no
So-
speeding up the album to get through it faster and.
I have to say, the album's not crazy long.
No,
but it feels
not at
Yeah,
all.
But
it'd be very short if you did play it faster too.
Yeah.
It'd be like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I've been a longtime fan of these guys, but Craig, you have expressed previously that they were not exactly your favorite, but you told us this was a great record. What did you think?
Okay, number one, I love King Gizzard. It was Will that said he didn't like him.
how the turntables.
How the
Then
table turned.
then Will correct
No,
correct me and how was
let's talk
it?
about Craig first.
No, we'll talk
Nah,
about
nah,
yeah,
Craig
yeah.
first.
Um,
All right.
Nah, I'm
Will
good.
was
Will,
hippo-facing
you're about
us
to
for
say
a
bad
moment.
things about it? Is that what you're about to do?
No, I want to say bad things about the band. I don't want to say bad things about the record. I want to say bad things about the band, but whatever.
Okay, here's the thing. You can't say they have too many releases.
All right, before anyone says
you're
anything,
forced to admit that,
I have
okay?
2 questions.
Okay, Trevor, what do you got?
Who is singing on this album?
That is Stu McKenzie, I believe. I have seen little live videos, and believe it or not, it's always the same guy on lead vocals.
That's still Stu?
It's crazy, yeah.
so cool.
Okay,
He's as versatile as Craig.
as much as many great things there are to say about this album, the one thing that I have to say that is just the most mind fuck of all of it, the production.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They've stepped it up.
Oh my god. How, like, for the genre and the sound, like, of all the writing and everything we could say about it, the production is just perfect. That, and I couldn't believe the vocals.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just quickly say, like, so I got the record right after we had made the decision to, make this week's record. And so, like, I put it off for a couple of days just because I had a couple of things going on. And then, like, finally one day I turned it on and, like, I literally listened to the record 3 times in one day. I was like, this is really fucking good. Like, when, I don't know, it's just one of those things where, like, not unknown to most people, but like anybody that knows me from my metal preferences, I'm actually not really a thrash guy, to be honest. It's one of those things where, like, there's a handful of bands like obviously like Metallica I can fuck with, and then ironically enough, for like all the shit I talk on Slayer, I do own like every Slayer record which is like, but aside from like them 2 heavy hitters, like, I can't stand Megadeth. I can't, I can't really vibe with too much of that other stuff. But like, I was turning on this thing, and what immediately like was like apparent to me is that like it is definitely like a thrash styled release, but it almost it works in that like thrash, like Sabbath worship, and then there's like it's got that like stoner rock thing to it, like the Melvins or Tad, those kinds of bands where it's just like it's definitely it's the kind of like music that like you just want to like picture yourself in, like, I don't know, like the 1980s, sitting there with a group of friends smoking blunts and just like fucking just blasting it out of a record, like a record player. It's very authentic. It sounds like the production, like you said, it really works. It's kind of one of those things where it's just like, I feel like I haven't listened to a recent metal album that kind of it went for like the guitars have that kind of really warm kind of quality to it. Like all the modern guitar, in heavy music, it's more polished. It glassy of sorts.
The modern sound is so scooped.
It's also very scoop.
And this one is not.
Yeah. And let's not forget, guys, just the way that the 2 drummers are incorporated, particularly on something
They still
this
use 2 drummers on this?
Yeah, man.
Oh
listen to
my god.
So here's one of their little tricks. So like I'm working on my own little release for my graduate program here in Canada, and I'm doing something with 2 drummers. So I looked into what they did for this and most of their recordings. They omit the kick drum in one of the 2 double track kicks, and they center the kick.
Oh wow!
So you still get a centered bass vocal kick.
Wow.
Which is crazy, but you still have this completely hard-panned duo drummer, insane, like, fusion-y type sound.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool. But yeah, it hits hard for 2 drummers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, really hard for 2 drummers. Like, really, like...
The snare sound.
Wouldn't it hit harder?
I'm rethinking the production now and all that work they had to go into for 2 drummers to make it sound that freaking good.
Well, okay, so they cheat a little bit in that they use the same drummer twice. But it's pretty good. I think the second live drummer, who's also the manager, just quit the band live.
Oh, okay.
We'll see what they do in the future.
Gotcha.
But when I got to see them in Boston, I think I saw them in 2018.
Where did they play?
At the Royale off Fremont Street, if that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. Really a good show.
Nice.
The Financial District. Boston people. Somewhere down there.
Yeah. Man,
it was a great show, and they did have 2 drummers at that point.
Cool. Wow.
That is off Tremont Street, I think.
Yeah,
by the Park Street train stop, I think.
It was a maybe like a 30-minute walk.
Okay, I'm only
from the
bringing it up
place.
because wasn't the Royale, is that the place with the like dance floor in the middle?
It's the place where all the shows had to end by 11 o'clock or so because, it turned into a nightclub.
Oh,
But it was a
okay.
good place,
Okay.
good acoustics. Everything sounded good.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds
I
good.
saw
Who'd you say?
them and Wolf Parade on separate occasions at the Royale. Very good sound both times.
Cool.
I saw Sean and the Deer Hunter there, and I saw Animals as Leaders there. Cool. And that was crazy because, again, this dance floor, you know how most places they like start like this, like if there's the bars in the back, and then it opens up wider into this like floor, and then the stage is in front.
Yeah.
And it widens up. Well, at the Royale, it was like wide, and then as you got closer to the stage, it funneled into a dance floor. So it like you funneled in, and then the dance floor was a step up. So everybody in front of you was above you. So no one could see if they were in the back, but to get on the floor, it wasn't like it opened up. It got real tight. So I remember thinking like at Animals, like everybody just moshed up there and stuff. So everyone was getting like thrown off of this thing. Like,
Okay.
it was pretty fun, but
It's a pretty
Kind of a
strange
weird-
setup.
yeah, definitely more of a nightclub setup than like supposed to have a DJ on the stage. And
I
but
I
they
actually
book a lot of
saw-
metal shows there.
Yeah, I actually saw it when John Carpenter came
Yeah.
with his band performing the movie music. Yeah, they played there. That was an awesome show.
How were the mosh pits there at John
They,
Carpenter?
they were non-existent, thank God.
Ah.
I was not at all looking forward to any of that there in that moment. But
Well, to loop it back, there were also no mosh pits at this King Gizzard show because they hadn't released this rockin' record.
damn,
But
dude.
Yeah.
Will, what is your problem with this? Please tell us.
Oh, I
It's
don't have a problem
time.
with it at all. Honestly, I just hate how I was introduced into this band.
How?
I don't just okay. The big push was my cousin was like sending me like a video, or he was playing some YouTube video like explaining the band for whoever's watching it, and it was like going off of like its lore and being like, oh dude, this band is so deep because the lyrics and the shapes and the numbers and it's so, and I'm like, I'm not interested. And then I don't know, just
Good on you.
He sounds like a Tool
generally-
fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
well, no, that's what I'm
and
saying.
they're not Tool.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like the picture that I was getting of them from a fan or from their fan base was like a picture that I was not liking, or like, oh, that's not attractive, but if you say that's what it is, I believe you. I don't want
Yeah.
to see it.
For sure.
But then no, but I did fucking like this record a lot. Obviously, yeah, it does sound different from all the other stuff that they've done.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
it pumped me enough to actually work out that day. I was like, oh
Nice.
shit,
Nice.
I'm kind of
Cool.
lazy. I should move and do something. I don't want to. Oh wait, I gotta listen to this record. Oh, okay. I guess I'll
Yeah.
go out and run.
Killing.
So
You know-
yeah, it did do that for me. So that's a good thing.
Uh-huh.
And for
I
those
really
of you
like-
guys,
I really like the production too, but it wasn't anything like that was new to me. You know what I mean? And I don't think that was the point, but that's why I was kind of surprised when you guys were like, "Oh, the production on it," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, the production on it's really fucking good." But like, is it?
but like you listen to it and then you look at the year it came out
Yeah,
and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, like they were going for that sound
Yeah.
and they did it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also after their transition to digital recording, though, which
Oh,
makes things
wow,
pretty
okay,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
So, yeah.
so this was the digital
intentionally-
recording.
It was.
or-
Yeah, they work in Pro
okay.
Tools nowadays.
That's
yeah.
really cool.
I didn't know they were still doing some tape work.
I'm sure they are here and there, but apparently the Stu's tape machine broke whenever they released Murder of the Universe, which maybe it was 2018, maybe it
Okay.
was 2017.
Yeah.
Don't quote me.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely one of those kinds of like production styles that's like it's refreshing because how unmodern it is. Like I don't know. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things where like I understand wanting to have a nice, glassy, clean record. I mean, hell, ours is pretty, pretty clean, but like to kind of go into a mentality like you can hear in the riffs themselves like other thrash riffs through the years that they're definitely
Or the kick drum.
referencing. Yeah.
You hear
there's a lot.
the dynamic on the kick drum. Like there's all this like like there's all those kinds of, because it's not just like a slamming sample or like but what I think is really cool about like this kind of production is the guitars that sounds like so fuzzy and more warm and almost thin. Like everything sounds very thin individually, and then when you play really, really hard and you record as a band, you get this like real full, like massive, almost like thrash sound. But I feel like a singular guitar on its own with that high fuzz and all that, it's I feel like that bottom end almost lacks, and then but because of that you have the bass on this
there's
beautiful
a lot of bass guitar on that.
beautiful channel, like, and so the whole thing mixed like just sounds like this massive, like it sounds like I'm listening like in my car stereo, like at all, you know what I mean, like just sounds so 70s 80s, like back to the Venom days, like
just want to fuck shit up to Superbug, man. It's heavy.
Dude, Superbug's great.
Yeah.
Venusian, that is 1 and 2. But
What I think is
Venusian
really
1 in
great about
particular-
Venusian 1, I like both of them. Venusian 1's funny because it starts and he's just like, Venusian 1! And I'm like, yes! And immediately I just skipped to 2 to see if he would say Venusian 2, which he does, but they don't like announce it in the beginning like it does this.
Oh God, I think I can't remember exactly if it was either Venusian 2, Self-Immolate, or Hell. Like again, I very unregularly look to the songs as they're changing when I'm listening.
They're
to
quick on this one too, yeah.
One of them sounds like a Metallica riff that I can't get out of my head now.
I think it's Self-Immolate, and I
Is
think
it? Okay.
I think the riff is a new Metallica riff. I think it's Spit Out the Bone.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah.
It's off of Hardwired.
I'm thinking something. The hell, Ride the Lightning era. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking something Ride the Lightning era. But like, either which way,
Maybe
I think
it might even be the same riff though in Self-Immolate, because it sounds very Metallic-y.
It's
Metallica-y.
They definitely had like a final product goal in mind before they'd even started writing the music, and like the fact that it was all executed from.
Have you seen the? Keep going.
I was just gonna say the fact that it was so well executed between the songwriting, the tones, like the vocals, and the way that they they definitely go for that like early Hetfieldy thing, like like it's such a. It's almost a tribute album, regardless of the fact that it's original.
Oh, absolutely. Did you see Craig doesn't have Spotify. Did you guys see the like video stuff they did with it?
I saw the video back when they released one of the first singles. I think it was Self-Immolate.
Because they do like, if I play the song like on my phone, it'll give me this crazy like video scape, like while you listen to it. But it's like around this artwork, like it's more artwork kind of like it. So it's cool. But
it looks like old Bathory artwork, by the way. You know what I mean? Like it's got that kind of vibe to it. It's pretty rad.
I liked how Hell has, of course, the big feedback hold going into the final riff of the album.
Yeah.
And then it just like slams and it's like, all right.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I was like, oh, respect.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It was definitely one of those ones where I never bothered to like look at how like how many tracks or how long the thing was, and like I was I was like halfway through a run and it ended, and I'm like, that's it. Like, I want more of this shit. Like, let's go. Like, let's get some Infest the Rat's Nest 2. Infest the Rat's Nest 2.
I would be down.
It's almost kind of like proggy in a sense, in the way that they bring little riffs and motifs from tune to tune.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not just Venusian,
Yeah.
but just little rhythmic
It's not
things
prog,
that you notice
bro.
over and over. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. It matches a lot of definitions of what prog is. It's light
Bro.
prog. It's diet prog.
Bro,
Diet
let me
They are
say
fro-
that
they are
Iron Maiden.
buddies of
Let
the
me
Mars
say that.
Volta.
Let me say that Iron Maiden is a prog band, and
Stop.
see how.
Stop.
Oh, shit.
This is more prog than
Can we
Iron
go
Maiden.
back and can we just start labeling bands now that are diet prog, because I love this term. Like the
Radiohead.
Mars
God,
Radiohead,
Radiohead.
the Mars Volta.
God
That's
damn
perfect.
it.
No, Mars Volta is
No,
prog.
yeah,
Yeah.
they are not diet prog.
Yeah.
They are
I'm gonna
a
leave.
glorious thing.
I'm
You
gonna
can't.
leave.
You can't.
You can't leave. You'll die.
Yeah. I
They'll
think,
find you.
I think King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard in its own right is prog in that how much they venture, but you can't take a single album's worth of material and say like this is prog. You know what I mean? Like it's a big picture thing. Like they're a big picture band, which is kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I was so impressed with because when we picked the album and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, and then I listened to it and I was like, this isn't Gizzard. What? Like, and I had to look
Yeah.
and I was like, this is Gizzard. Like, I was like, oh shit, bro, these guys,
Yeah.
they did it again.
Yeah.
They got
Well, I
me
mean-
with the funk. They got me they get me every time, because I remember Tyler put me on one of their funk albums and I was like, oh yeah, this shit's great. Like, and I listened to it and I'm like, I bet they're all like, and then we put on like another song or like a video of them and they're like white striping it out. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say earlier that year, I think 2019, they released 2 records. The other one being Fishing for Fishies. I think that was the album
that
name.
might
Okay.
be the one you
And it
showed
was
me.
like a boogie. It's either the album or the song, but it was like a boogie woogie record. It was hilarious
That's
in a
awesome.
great way.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But they were both like so non them.
Yeah, Boogeyman
And they
Sam.
were the 2 released. Yeah, there we go. So good, man.
So this one and Boogie, the
No,
Boogie
that's
album?
that song, but it is Fishing for Fishies.
Fishing,
the album.
Yeah.
Yep.
So both that and this in the same, like, that is so fucking funny, dude.
And then, sorry, Trevor.
I was gonna say, this is the album that you showed me that I like a lot, is Polygon Wanna Land.
And that's like a straight up prog record. And that record was released the year that, like, Will, you gotta respect the fact they released 5 records in 1 year, and none of them were bunk. Every record was valid in some way.
How many
That's
people
really
play in
good.
this band?
Live, there's 7 of them. I think
Oh,
like 4 or
wow.
5 routinely record. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's impressive. And, of course, they're in Australia, not up here in North America, so they're playing live shows again at the end of the
Oh,
month.
they're an Aussie band? Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Aussie bands are always so good. I've been getting way back into Wolfmother.
Oh, wow.
That's a good time.
I don't
It
know
is-
them. Who is that?
You should check them out. They got I think they're from New Zealand.
Okay.
Their first album, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What-
You'd
what kind of
remember a couple
style?
of the songs. Very like pop Zeppelin, very 70s
Oh,
throwback.
cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, like Greta Van Fleet? Is that like
No.
They're better than Greta.
Yeah,
Greta Van
because
Fleet, if they weren't a Xerox copy of a Led Zeppelin album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're original. They
in
they
that
have their
sense
own
they're
music.
better. In that sense they're better.
Gotcha. Man.
Yeah, you hear their music and then you look at same thing with like this. You kind of listen to it and you're like, am I listening to the right? This is the right year. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wolf Mother? I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in your Google.
Yeah,
real fast.
Wolfmother. I think the
Okay.
first album is self-titled.
Cool.
But and then they have a couple of other good ones, but that first one's the one that's really, really banging. But King Gizzard,
You've definitely heard some of their music before, Craig.
Yeah?
You
Okay.
have.
Yeah.
they got
Yeah.
some popular stuff, like actually like severely popular stuff.
Nice. Yeah,
Severely
they look
popular.
like a band that sounds like they may have been inspired by Zeppelin. Just looking at these images right now.
Oh yeah, and they kind of got that. To be like a good mix. They sound like if you were trying to mix like Lenny Kravitz with Zeppelin and AC/DC.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
Kind of that modern riffage. It's pretty good.
That's very specific too.
It's
Cool.
pretty good.
Wow.
And I like the guy. He's got like an afro and sideburns.
Yeah.
Andrew Stockdale.
Yeah,
I don't know why
Stockdale.
I don't know why I remember that, but it's Andrew Stockdale.
I think he's
Kind of looks like Will in a way, but a little bit more vertical hair.
Oh, you know how
I'm gonna look him up. Wait,
he's
I
sung
need to
that-
see who this person looks like.
I know why I know these guys. Kind of, I should say. I've never listened to their music, but they were supposed to be on the Tribute to Kings tour, the Primus tour. The
Yeah,
Primus
Oh,
tour.
okay.
Yeah. Damn, that would have been fucking cool. Even though they weren't playing in Chicago, it was supposed to be Trevor, that band with that like really sick single that me and you were listening to at Andrew's place that one day. Oh God. The guys in like a glass box, and like they're the song was like people
Battles.
battles. Yeah, they were gonna be playing in Chicago with them.
Wait,
Battles is fantastic.
Yeah. I
They
was
are on
gonna say-
like Gizzard level fantastic.
guys, I saw Battles here in Toronto. I think they were the
Yeah?
last gig I saw before COVID.
Oh really?
Yeah, them and Gorilla Toss from Brooklyn. I think that they're also a Boston band. They moved from Boston to Brooklyn.
That's rad.
But yeah, Battles is crazy, and the drummer has a I think it's a crash that's like suspended 6 feet in the air
Yeah.
for no reason.
No reason.
One of
It's
those.
ridiculous. Mic'd from the bottom. It sounds like a little like tenor gong.
That's
It's
funny.
hilarious.
These guys are crazy, man. They bring
Why?
a lot of gear out. Like a lot of gear.
But why?
Mention suspect symbol placement. Will's on the Google.
Yeah. Wait, I need to.
Look it up.
What
It's,
is this?
Battles drummer.
Battles drummers. Battles band drummer.
Yeah, Battles band's drummer.
Ay. ¿Por
Drummer
qué?
Battles band.
Why?
Porque es muy bien.
He saw one video while he was in college of he saw one video of Kenny Washington playing drums and was like, you know what? I dig that. And then he just did that.
I think the guy's like 40 or 50, so yeah, sure.
Wow.
Dude, these guys are old. I will give them that.
They're not old. They're just not.
Dude, they're dad. They look
young.
like dads.
Yeah, they're dads.
In
but,
their
like,
video, they're
there
all
could be
wearing
young
like
dads.
sweaters over like button-down shirts. Like they're
That's great. No, that's great.
No, it's perfect. I'm not
It's
hating
great.
on
They're
it at all.
dads. Dads are the best. Dads are the best.
That video where they're in the cube is pretty cool.
What's that song called?
Is it Race In or something? It's off that record.
It's called Atlas.
Yes.
Atlas. Okay.
Atlas by Battles. Don't
They
watch.
actually-
The problem with the video is it's a cut version of the song.
Of the
Full
Trevor,
song.
have you heard John Anderson with Battles on their most recent record?
Like the John Anderson.
I kid you not, John Anderson of
Dude, don't
Yes
fuck with me right now.
was
This is
on,
like-
I shit you not. He's on the most recent Battles record on one song.
That's cool.
Really?
I didn't know that he was on that record. I saw them live. I heard the John Anderson sample, and of course, I've been listening to Yes, like yourself, since birth. So I heard that and just like, wait, what? Where is he? What is this? He's somewhere.
That's really cool.
Went back home, and lo and behold, yes, John Anderson's on it.
Battles Sugarfoot featuring John Anderson and Prairie.
It's great. I recommend it.
Cool.
Interessante.
Interessante.
Boy.
John Anderson.
Look at us just doing this Google search on Battles real quick.
John Anderson was on the last Yes tour, I think.
He was on his version of Yes. John Davison, the fella from Chattanooga, Tennessee, is the current vocalist of the one legally called Yes.
Yeah, he was awful. I saw that tour, and that was not good.
You know what? The
Same.
guy's got notes, but his voice is just bad.
It sounds like it's a MIDI instrument of John Anderson.
That's exactly what it sounds
Yeah.
like. That is.
I like him
exactly
as a
what it
guy,
sounds
but like, geez, it's just he doesn't
Wait,
have the soul.
wait. But if your voice sounds like a MIDI instrument, isn't that like? I feel like that would be a compliment. Like,
no,
okay,
like
It's,
It's-
like if you that I don't know, but okay, I'm listening.
so. Is this other Yes called Yes featuring John Anderson?
No, it's called it was called Anderson Rabin Wakeman.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I
That
was
was
saying.
the other Yes,
It's got John
yeah.
Anderson, Trevor Rabin, who I was named after, and Rick Wakeman, whose son is currently in Yes.
Yeah, Oliver Wakeman is currently in the other Yes, but no, he's not. Jeff Downs. Jeff Downs is back in the other
okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that. And then do they still have Alan White?
They still have Alan White for most of the show, but he's a very old fella nowadays with back problems. So they bring out Jay Shellen, who plays with who's the new bass player post Chris Squire?
The guy that always filled in for him.
Billy Sherwood.
Billy Sherwood, yeah.
Yeah, so he has played with Billy Sherwood in other Yes affiliated stuff. So he does.
Now on the last, so Yes just put out a live album, like for that last tour that I had tickets to, and I think maybe Craig had tickets to. It's the one that got canceled for some reason, something that happened in Boston. Because
somebody's
Steve
son
Howe's
died.
son died.
Yeah.
So it
I'm
got
not sure.
canceled, but then they rescheduled it, and I didn't know that, and I missed it. And, like I don't know how to be honest about it, but that's exactly what happened. Like I didn't know they rescheduled it. Like I didn't know when, because I only knew the day he died, and then kind
Why
of
didn't
Berkeley
somebody
caught up
tell me?
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, what? It was like the next day or something I found out. I was like, oh, they're back out on tour. This was yesterday. What? Like, I was so mad. I only wanted to go really because one, Anderson and Rabin, two like cool guys.
Yeah.
Not as cool as Steve Howe, but I don't know about. When was the last time I've never seen Yes, but when was the last time you saw them? Like,
Trevor, you've never seen Yes?
no, I've tried so many times.
Yo,
and I keep failing, bro.
This is
Tyler,
all...
haven't you seen them like 8 times or something?
I
like
was
that?
gonna say this is all thanks to my dad, but yes, I
Yeah.
have quite literally seen them.
So that's
8
what I was gonna say.
times.
When was the last year you saw them? Like most recent.
This podcast has proven that I am not one to ask about years, but I want to say it was 2018 or 19. It was
Okay, so in
one of those
2018,
two.
what was the lineup? Steve Howe.
The last time was
Sherwood.
Anderson Rabin Wakeman.
Oh, you saw that
Oh, okay.
I saw Anderson Rabin Wakeman twice, and then
in 2018 or
Yes.
2019. That's probably the show I was supposed to go to.
well, okay, didn't one
You
of you
stole
guys
my
go to one of
ticket.
those Anderson Rabin Wakeman shows?
No, that I did not do. That I did
Neither.
not do.
Okay, so when was the last real Yes show you went to?
One of those other couple of years, between 2017 and 19.
Why do
I
these
saw
guys
them
do
3
this?
times.
They should just union tour again. Why do they do this? Why do they put us through this? This is nonsense. Yeah, but anyway, I listened to that most recent live album with,
Yeah.
I think Steve Howe was on it, because they opened with, oh, this is what I was going to say about Alan White. They opened with Close to the Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a pretty hard song to open with when you're 70 going on 80. Like,
Yeah.
especially like Steve Howe, his gremlin looking ass, like
Oh.
oh my god,
Man.
like I'd almost feel bad seeing them now, because I don't want to see
Yeah.
them and ruin my
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
idea of them, or my because the only live, when I think of them live, I think of the 80s 70s videos I've seen of
Yeah.
them when they're like, I don't know, perfect.
Yeah.
And I hate to ruin that concept I have of Yes.
The
Just
honest
because
truth.
Sorry, Craig.
I was just gonna jump in and quickly say, so I did just as recently as you can, previously to COVID, see them, and I was a little let down, to be honest. It was
See, that's why I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that. Like, Chris Squire's gone. He was probably the best thing about that band.
yeah.
But there were different, like, so again, I saw them 8 times, so I saw them in different little vibes of Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the first Yes show I saw was when
I
I
already
was
did
like,
that.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know,
have a Shaw count.
13 or something.
Oh,
Shaw
okay.
Cat, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a while now. And originally, they did have Oliver Wakeman, and they had some life, and then they changed. But, like, Jeff Downs was there, and they got rid of the first substitute vocalist from Canada, and they got John Davison, and then it kind of, changed, but went down a little bit. And then Anderson, Rabin, Wakeman was, like, very good. They were better than Yes at that point.
Okay. All right.
And then they kind of ran out of steam, and apparently they've disbanded.
Oh.
Who played with them?
It was
Just some randos?
not necessarily. I mean, you're not randos if you're playing with guys in Yes.
Oh, of course, but like
They're not particularly well known, but they had both played on Yes affiliated stuff. Like one of them was Rick Wakeman's bass player, I think, and the drummer might have been maybe Billy Sherwood's drummer. I could be wrong. It could be the same guy who's playing.
you
in
know
Yes
who
now.
knows every detail that we've been asked, that all of us have asked? My father.
Same.
Oh my God, he could just tell me right now. Oh yeah, he was this guy from this band that he did with them in like 1941 on March 2nd, and I'm like, what? And he'd be like, I was there. I'm like, what? My dad has seen Yes 13 times,
Oh, okay.
and one of those
Nice.
times he was in the second row of the Woodlands Pavilion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said he was
I
right.
will be honest. I don't know what that venue is.
Oh, it's a pavilion.
Wait, of the what?
It's a pavilion.
Where?
Like in Houston.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that's why I don't know what it is. Is it a cool pavilion?
That's what I'm saying. It's like a pavilion. It seats like
Point being, it's a big ass place that you
Like
would
John
expect
Mayer
to
plays
see a
there.
Well,
band
that's what I
like
mean.
that.
Is it big? Is it small? Like, most
Yeah.
pavilions are rather large, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
it's pretty big. It seats like I want to say
It's an ironic name. It actually only fits about
he's
50 people.
right though, because there's actually 2 pavilions in Houston, and one is bigger than the other. So,
We'll see. So there's varieties of pavilions. My point is proven.
all right, fair. All right, so it's a place that you would see like Katy Perry at or John Mayer. Like,
That's one hell of a pavilion.
I think the lawn. I could be wrong. I think the lawn can seat anywhere between 4,000 and 7,000,
Wow.
and that's not including the seats. And then, so my dad was like second row, and he
That's
got to
pretty
see
cool.
Yes there.
That's very
And
cool.
I was just like, Yes played there.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Do you know a roundabouts what year this would have been by chance?
Not a clue.
Okay.
He told me this when I was like still in school, so like high school.
Okay.
So, and at that point it had been a while ago. I'm gonna guess early 2000s.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You know, and I'm gonna also guess he thinks it was on like a Genesis tour or something.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Like Yes touring with
yeah.
someone.
Yeah. Man.
or like Jethro Tull. I don't know.
I
Whoever they
saw-
would tour with.
I saw some poster
Maybe
on
Asia.
Instagram or so. I actually saw my first Yes show was Yes in Asia. Fun fact. Steve Howe did double duty.
Nice.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
you told me that.
yeah, it was a fun show for being 13. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah.
My first show was when I was 14. I saw Megadeth.
Nice.
I'd much
I'm
rather
sorry,
have seen
dude.
Yes
I'm
in
really
Asia.
sorry.
But sorry, I was gonna say that as far as the post, I saw something with Yes, like back in 72 or 74,
Okay.
where they sold out Madison Square Garden 3 nights in a row.
Wow.
Led Zeppelin sold out like 5 nights, months
Yeah.
prior.
Yeah.
And now, like, think about that. The only band that does that is Fish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
times have changed. I don't
Well,
know.
What was that fucking thing they did? And it was. I think
The
it was
Baker's
like
Dozen.
The Baker's Dozen. Yeah.
13 nights out.
yeah.
Yeah, or sold out. Whatever. Yeah.
Man, ain't that wild? Like, nothing against it. I guess the whole jam band thing has just never really been my thing, very much. And it's just like I feel like I've heard a handful of songs from them that I've been like really like, man, this is solid, But then like other shit is just, I don't know,
I got turned off by jam bands after seeing one live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was a band I liked. It was oh my god, who was it? Pigeons Playing Ping Pong.
Yep.
And I liked them a lot, like listening to their music. And so I went and saw them. And man, I first of all, the two openers were jam bands.
Oh God.
So like the openers
Wow.
played,
Jesus.
they played, two songs.
You might as well just have the same band.
You might as well just fucking kill me. Like,
Well,
Might as well just not go to that show.
I've mentioned this.
Hey, it's
before.
basically jazz.
It is. No, it's jazz is.
I'm gonna leave.
It's the same length as
guys.
jazz.
I'm gonna leave.
Yo, I would kill to hear Jerry Garcia, John Coltrane duet.
You know what? I would too.
What do you think of that, Will?
I hear Jerry Garcia and I think Ben and Jerry's. So you know what? I'm gonna say yes to that one.
At least
So-
think
Damn.
Cherry Garcia. If
You
you're gonna
just-
say
you know,
Ben and Jerry's.
you
The
just
Deadheads
want
are gonna boycott
John
this
Coltrane with a
podcast.
pint of ice cream.
Yes,
Just-
yes.
That's gotta.
Oh my-
That's what we need. We need a
That
poster.
that is my contribution.
John Coltrane.
So now that now that we've mentioned Ben and Jerry's, I would just like to say you cannot get fish food or Cherry Garcia up here in Canada, and that's kind of sad. Anyway,
Is there
Can't
any
get my food.
specific reason or
like fish food, like food you feed to your fish, or
no,
fish food,
no,
like
guys.
seafood?
Okay,
It's
Fish
a
So-
food, the Ben and
yeah.
Jerry's? Come on,
Yeah.
man. We're talking about Ben and Jerry's.
yeah, Trevor, you don't know fish food? What is it? Chocolate ice cream with marshmallow stuff,
Yeah,
something like that.
What?
bro.
What's another thing I'm unaware of because I'm
Yes.
Texan?
Apparently.
Go start a famous jam band, get your own ice cream flavor, and become immortalized.
Jesus Christ.
That is the goal. That is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the
Ladies and
third
gentlemen,
or
this is the
I don't
fourth.
even know which episode this is. We're announcing our fucking Ben and Jerry's flavor.
No, dude.
No,
You
Um,
you got it
yes.
all wrong. We're going for a signature Swiss mix blend. Remember, we can't do the ice cream. We're already the Mystical Chocolate Endeavors.
I
Yeah.
feel
Craig,
like we
I
can
don't-
do both. I feel like we can
Oh,
do both.
a hot chocolate flavored ice cream.
You
I-
can just call it chocolate flavored ice cream.
That's
but
a mystical endeavor.
No. It shows up warm and melted.
And you're like, oh, so mystical.
Oh, it's so mystical
How-
and tastes like
how is-
shit. Wow.
Well, I mean, guys, I was also going to
They'll
say
serve
though,
it. They'll
what do
serve
you
it at a DQ and they turn it upside down and it just falls in your lap.
but no, think about this. What is a somewhat dairy-y, thick chocolate beverage that is served warm? Hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You're going to turn this stuff from ice cream
Yeah.
back into hot chocolate. Let's make an ice cream that
Yeah.
can be served either way.
Damn.
That is the mystical endeavor. When it's hot chocolate. When it's cold, it's ice cream.
There's like a literal recipe on the side of it that requires for you to like put it in the microwave for 6 minutes until it like
Have some hot chocolate.
6 minutes.
Put it in the
Jesus.
freezer for a day.
it
Have some
lights
ice
on
cream.
fire. It lights on fire, and then you got to put it back into the freezer to like.
And then, like, after you read all the steps, it's like step 4, like, flip this around, and you flip it around, it's just Will, like,
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
that reminds me. So when I saw
Perfect
Pigeons
marketing.
playing ping pong, they played for, like, 2 hours, I want to say. It was a while. Like, 2 hours. It was maybe... And we're in a prog band. It was maybe 7 songs. Like, and
Whew.
so it's 1 a.m. I'm at, what was that venue on Commonwealth going towards Austin?
Great Scott.
No, there was
Oh,
another one.
Paradise.
Paradise.
Yeah, it was
Rock
Paradise.
Band.
Rock
Yep.
Club.
I
That's
really
where we
enjoyed
were.
that place.
I also enjoyed that place.
But there for like 4 hours plus with 3
Yeah,
jam
I got
bands.
there like 8. I got there like 8 or 7:30, and there was a lot of people there, and a lot of weird people there, and
Yeah, no
Um,
shit.
dude, it's like 1 a.m, and they leave, and like they're like finishing up, you know, and he goes, "All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes for our next set."
Oh my god.
And I said, "I'm out. Fuck
Wow.
that."
Did they
No
actually
way.
do that though?
Yeah. Apparently they played. So not only apparently did they play till like 3, but who was that professor? The Japanese guitar Tomo Fuchita,
yeah,
who's like
yeah.
40, or like, came out as a featured guitarist at like 2 a.m. And I wasn't there for that. And I was like, bro,
And then
what?
everybody's like, it's the guy that taught John Mayer. Oh, man.
But yeah, after that, I was done with jam bands. I was like, that was like 7 songs of like, it's cool if you want to go dance. It's ridiculous now, I guess, now that I think about it, because
Wait, back up. What did you just say?
I didn't make sense.
Oh, okay.
I paused.
Okay, no.
Hang on, I gotta. So what I was trying to essentially realize is that we call these bands jam bands because they just play this like relatively same style for a while for people to dance to live and hang out and whatever. But like, wasn't that just called a band like 10 years ago or 20 years ago? Weren't you
I
just
don't
a band?
understand. I don't
Like,
understand.
why is it we have to label it now like now it's jam band?
Guys, okay,
Because
so
you know that if it's labeled a jam band, you don't listen to it. You just...
as the
Do not listen.
as blatantly the only one of us who has any interest in the jam band scene at all,
Oh,
I
we got a
will say
fish head over here.
I like some Dead. I like some of that. I saw them
like
at
Dead.
Fenway Park. It was kind of fun.
Oh, God.
Also, I saw Mike Gordon from Fish twice in at the Sinclair in Cambridge. One of those times was awesome. 2.5-hour show. One of those times was one of the most painful experiences of my life. It was 4 hours long. I don't remember if I got to the end. It was
Wow.
awful.
Ugh.
But I don't know. I mean, honestly, like 70s jam stuff, it isn't too different to me in terms of form or intent from a lot of jazz. You have your head or your main tune, even if it is a multi-part head, and then you have your open section. A lot of the time, particularly the pre-Fish off into Space Jam guys, they would play within the structure of the song for an extended period of time. I mean, it's not that different from a lot of improvisation-based jazz.
Yes,
I'm a
but we need to
I'm
pause.
serious.
need
wait,
to pause.
wait for all the folks back home. We got 4 weeks. We'll listen to some Dead.
Hang on, we gotta
Oh,
pause real
God.
quick.
So I had the funniest kind of thought hit my mind while I was taking a piss, was the fact that, like, could you imagine, like, a black metal jam band and how horrible that would be?
Stop. Please don't give them any more ideas. Please.
And
It
could you
probably
imagine?
exists.
Could you imagine how into that Tyler would probably be?
Can you imagine how buff the drummers in that would probably be? Think of that's crazy. Imagine just blast beats
yeah.
for 4 hours.
Oh God.
Will, can you blast for 4 hours?
I can't blast for 4
I think
minutes,
this is
bro.
this is black metal though, so the performance is also there. So like, it's not just blast beating. Like, you got to be windmilling your hair, you know, in your makeup. Wow, your drumsticks are on fire.
They leave
while
they
blast
leave
beating.
the set and like the drummer's neck is like bigger than the underside of his chin. It's just one big muscle.
It's like, dude, do you have a collar? Oh,
Is it just me, or about I don't know, 20 to 40% of North American black metal bands? They're probably led by Taco Bell managers. Maybe that's just me. I feel like that's a
also had
case.
this conversation. Yeah.
It's,
You made a great point,
probably right.
it is.
and I believe it.
You're not wrong, honestly. I had an experience at a Denny's years ago. It was like after a show, me and a bunch of friends were at one, and like the waiter comes up and like his name tag, like waiter / manager, and his name tag was like Brian, but then he had like 2 pentagrams on there, and it had like red text on it, like and like this dude was saying some gnarly fucking shit. I was like, what the fuck is this guy on right now? It was a
like,
time. It was definitely a time.
I had a guy come in my bike shop, and I only thought of this because you brought up like a name tag. He was wearing like a mask.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a mask. It was definitely like some girl's underwear or something, you know?
Oh my god.
And I don't know if he was dared to do it or if he didn't like. But this dude comes in and like we keep telling him you got to put a mask on, and then like he's got it on and he's trying to looking away and like he'll try to take it off, you know? And it's like, why did you do that?
Oh my god.
What? Why? And so I think the same thing when I see people's name tags and they're like, yeah, this is gonna look good, you know? And then like as soon as someone looks at them and they realize, oh yeah, I'm Brian.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a metal, like,
Dude.
like yeah, you are.
I'm a
And
metal.
And that's it.
Oh
And that's the
Somebody
movie,
give
you
this
know?
man a
Life of Brian.
contract.
god.
Somebody signed this man onto like a tour. Dude, look at his fucking name tag.
Oh.
Greg, is your mic
Oh
unplugged?
shit.
Wow. Wow.
Is your microphone unplugged?
Mine?
I've
Oh,
been
you
with
see
that
this?
for a
Okay.
while. Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, it's not really that interesting of a story other than the fact that, like, my boom stand has, like, a built-in cable, but I've already got, like, my whole fixture of cables that run to my, my Manly, my pre. So I pretty much just wrap this around the thing and leave it like that. So now everybody can think I'm just irresponsible when in all reality, I am irresponsible. It's just,
You should
you
just
know,
start
funny.
a podcast where you just mute your mic and like.
It's like, yeah, like an hour and a half of just silence. That'd be really good.
And then you're like, oh, I forgot to plug it in, and then you're like, not really. I just muted it so that you think that.
God.
But I still uploaded it muted
Fuck.
because I don't care.
Because I don't care. Because that's punk rock, dude.
Did you hear Spotify gave us another offer?
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Really? For how much was it this time?
All right, so this time they're offering us. I did that this time and the last time. Is I'm taking the word offering and I'm dividing it into two parts. Offering, like, it's offering, Craig. Offering. Spotify is offering us $100 million to stay off of Spotify. So in retaliation, we're definitely putting this episode onto Spotify.
That's right.
That's how you
baby.
avoid being a
We
sellout.
Do it.
Oh.
There you have it.
Anything to beat the man.
Anything to beat the man, dude. Speaking of which,
Will not take
speaking
their
of beating
money.
a man, have you guys heard of Manscaped?
Get beaten with this masculine hygiene product.
Oh
What?
my god. Dude.
No, I haven't heard of it.
That does
Please,
not sound like a good
intrigue me.
Or does it sound like the best time? God. That shit is too good.
I think best is the correct word.
Yes.
So, Craig, keep on plugging Manscaped.
Oh, dude, at this point, so my plan is on like occasional episodes we're just gonna plug some brand and like really just we gotta get that cash, brothers. Like I'm gonna put it to you this way: we need that cash, and we need it now. So like we're just gonna plug away. I'm pretty
So
sure
we're just gonna.
we've
Oh,
got
sorry.
we've got next week we've got a ad space reserved for like My Pillow and I'm kidding.
That is now problematic.
I know.
It's gotta all
Thank
be
you,
stuff
My Pillow.
people realistically think we would use.
Oh
And like you guys have a lot of hair, so Manscaped, you know,
yeah.
might work.
Mhm.
And then My Pillow will yeah, we all need to sleep. You know?
Trust me, our conservative like our conservative viewers will go up like 900% like more than we were when we were shitting on Tom Brady last episode. If we just products over, My Pillow. Oh God,
Hey, the man's got a man won again.
man, yeah. Oh God.
Well, let's not forget to tack onto this that Trump has in fact been acquitted in the
Yeah.
second attempt at impeachment.
Yep.
So here we are.
I can't. I'm gonna be real. I can't say I'm surprised. It's one of those things where
I'm surprised they even went forward with that, being that he was literally like he was impeached a week before getting out of office.
It's weird, man. It's just one of those things where like, don't get me wrong, like I don't want another 4 years of him either. You know what I mean? Like I'm not ready for all of the the uproar that goes along with that either. But it's like, at the end of the day, I think they got to start playing this a little bit smarter on the strategic ends. Is just like, we're currently in the middle of a pandemic. We got all this money going out to all these people and whatnot, and like, what are we doing? We're blowing tax dollars on trying to impeach an ex-president. Like, come on, guys. Like, we need to be a bit smarter than that. I don't know.
I mean,
not in Texas. They're holding everyone accountable, bro. The governor went on and he's like, we will find who took our power outage. We will hold them accountable.
That's like that SpongeBob meme. SpongeBob looking for himself. Where are you? What is that? The maniac. The maniac.
Yeah. The maniac.
My God.
Yeah.
Good job, Texas.
The funny thing about Greg Abbott, the governor, is he's in a wheelchair. And so
wow.
That's
funny.
They always show him. He's like really tough, and then they zoom out and it's just him in his wheelchair, and it all of a sudden, like, I don't know why they do that. They start with it in and then they zoom it out, and it's like, you should have just left it open, because I feel like a lot of people don't know that he's in a wheelchair or like aren't aware. So as it zooms out, it kind of takes away from the yeehaw.
It doesn't take away from the yeehaw. As long as he's got an F-350, he's as yeehaw as he needs to be.
If you're a paraplegic, you can't ride a horse.
It's not about your horse ride, and it's about your pickup truck displacement.
What? How dare you?
Pickup trucks have displaced horses for the modern cowboy.
Wow.
Dude, how about we just start shitting on the NFL team, the Cowboys, then? Can we just start?
The Dallas Cowboys,
can we just make all of Texas hate us now?
Here, I'll give you one for you. So, Tony Romo, the quarterback, or I should say very famous quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, he played for them for like 25. He's like another Tom Brady, real famous, older guy, like played till his 40s.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was only like a year ago or 2 years ago. He got injured kind of early on. They had not like a bad injury, but to where the second string quarterback had to come in. And they went like all the way to the playoffs to like the semifinal, like almost
with the other guy.
Yeah, almost to the, I forget his name, but almost to the Super Bowl. Like, they went all the way with this guy, and so they fired Tony Romo. They didn't re-sign his contract, and then they hired this other dude as the first string. And everyone was like, Romo's done, Cowboys or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Like, dude, the man became a commentator for NFL, like working as an NFL commentator, and like he would do a couple games here and there. Dude, he's worked all the way. He does all the like highlight games, the Monday and Sunday night games, and he did the Super Bowl. Like, it's pretty impressive. Like, the dude was like, I'm gonna make a comeback. So there's your Dallas Cowboys. A little bit of man getting
yeehaw.
I didn't understand a word that just came out of your mouth for the last 2 minutes.
He was speaking Texas. You'll have to forgive him.
That's for the viewers.
Okay.
A little bit of sports for you.
You're welcome.
The Mr. Hot Times.
Now, what that made me think of was that guy. I don't know if you guys heard about it down there in not Canada, but the Maple Leafs janitor or ice tender guy. I forget what his job was, but he was like a maintenance guy.
Okay.
And so the other
drives the machine.
Exactly, like a Zamboni. I think it was. Yeah, it was the Zamboni driver.
A Zamboner.
And the other team, I forget who they were. It might have been New York or something. Their first goalie was injured. Their second string goalie was also injured, kicked out, something like that. I forget what happened. But the Toronto Zamboni driver subbed in for the opposing team's goalie, and they won.
Nice.
The opposing team.
Way.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
And
I like
that guy has not gotten an NHL contract, and that is so sad.
Wow.
But he was like the
Oh.
most loved guy in Canada, despite the fact that he helped, I think, New York. I
Yeah.
bet it wasn't New York. Beat Toronto. That's
Wow.
great.
That's pretty wild. That's
That is pretty wild. I like stories.
yeah. That's a really
That's a good story. That's a good.
I feel
good
like I want to
morality
make a Letterkenny like reference right now, but I'm just like I'm drawing a massive
Oh,
blank.
I got a great one.
Okay.
Because I saw a not so great South Park about hockey one time, and it was the one where Stan coaches a little league hockey team.
Is it new?
No, it's pretty old. It's a season finale. Like, I know it's a closer. It's a closing episode on a season. So
Okay.
it's just about Stan.
Yeah.
Like this, man. He coaches this little league hockey team. It's the only South Park episode that I think they may have crossed the line when I first saw it, and then I was like, all right, whatever. But, dude, he like one of the kids on the hockey team gets cancer.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, wow.
So coming back to you.
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, the one with cancer.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
There's a lot of
because
episodes with
so as they play, like how they do affects the kid. Like when they have a tie,
Yeah.
like a draw, they go see the kid, and he's like, I don't feel any better or any worse. I feel kind of the same.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and then like if they win, he's like, I feel great. Like I'm feeling
Oh,
good. And
God.
so they get to the championship, and the opposing team can't play. I don't know what happened. They don't show up. Something happened. And they're like, no, we have to play, because if we don't play, we can't win, or we can't show we tried,
Yeah.
And Stan thinks that like the kid's gonna like die if they
Mm-hmm.
lose. And so they're like, but their game is in the halftime of an actual hockey game. I don't know who the Denver's team is, but
The
like, they're-
Avalanche.
okay.
the Avalanche. So they play the Denver Avalanche.
Colorado Avalanche.
And they don't go easy on them, bro. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
like kindergartners, and these guys go full out, and they just ruin these kids, bro. They wreck their day. They are just done for. It shows them
Wow.
like just brutalized,
Wow.
and then it shows the kid in the hospital watching the game go on, and he just dies.
Wow. Wow.
And Stan is just like, oh my god.
Dude, I haven't seen that episode in years, man.
That's a
That is-
great episode, man.
Wow.
Oh, what a great way to close. And then the episode just like
Yeah.
ends.
There's a line that like should never be crossed, and every time they're just like, no, here we go. Like we're here, dead cancer kid.
Three of
whatever.
us at work today had to explain to one of our coworkers, like, who doesn't watch South Park, as I don't know why. I was gonna say because she's a girl. The girls watch South Park, but she's like a girl kind of girl. Well, she works at a bike shop, so that's
What the
pretty not
fuck
girl.
does that mean?
Where are
What the
we
fuck?
going with this,
No.
Trevor? Prague Boy speaks.
Canceled.
Point.
Canceled. Done. All right.
Canceled.
We're done with
Boy,
this.
Anyway,
I'm leaving.
She doesn't watch South Park, so
That's all you had to say.
so she's like, I don't know like why anyone watches this. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's so great. Like, they're so nice, and it's like you learn stuff. And then that episode immediately came to my head, and I was like, and I can kind of see why you don't watch it.
Oh God.
They do the school shooting
Yep.
episodes.
Yep. That one's definitely new. Oh God.
Did you shoot anyone? No. Did you get shot? No.
Then what is this I hear about your test?
And what does it say about you failing a math quiz? Yeah.
What a time.
What a great show, man.
Yeah, man.
South Park, those guys really they really know how to like get on people's nerves.
Yep.
Like they kind of know exactly what to make fun of and how to make fun of it in the right way.
How to push buttons, the show. Like
Or
Well, like they
only
had-
pushing buttons. The show.
They had
yeah.
they had Caitlyn
Oh,
Caitlyn
yeah,
Jenner
Caitlyn
on there,
Jenner.
and She's all like messed up looking,
And
she just
she keeps running
runs-
over people with
she
her
runs
car.
over a guy every time. Just to subtly hint at the fact that, like, she was in a hit and run.
Yeah. Oh God.
They always do that. They
Buckle up, buckaroos.
Oh, and she's the vice president.
Oh.
I wish they kept going with that.
Me too. Me too.
They stopped. I wish, like, I don't know what happened. They just had the grapes invaded the White House, and
Yeah. They were really working up to a point that I think a lot. I don't know. There's a part of me that genuinely don't think that Matt and Trey were like prepared for Trump to.
they weren't prepared for Trump. To
Yeah,
win.
like
That's exactly what happened, because I think they announced that they thought that Hillary was going to
Yeah.
win, so they wrote the rest of the show based
Yeah.
off that.
yeah.
And then Trump won, and they were like, "Uh
Oh
oh."
God. How are we gonna top
But they
this
were
shit?
quick, man, because
Yeah.
that episode came out like the day after the election.
Well,
and in their episode, they had like the exact same results, and like
to my understanding, they had developed two separate storylines to start it off, but they were gonna keep continuing on from that point.
okay.
Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah. So.
Well, because they finished the other plot line they did with that eventually led to the that whole season was it Norway?
Oh yeah, yeah. With the member berries and the Norwegians that were, what the fuck were they doing? I don't even remember.
They invented that software that would let you be able to view everyone's like internet history and the troll
yeah,
search
the troll
stuff.
search. Yep. Yeah.
And everyone was a troll, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got all those guys, the room full of trolls, bro.
Yeah. And then
it was
Randy
Kyle's
was
dad.
there, right? Randy was.
Kyle's dad, I forget his name.
Oh.
He was the troll.
Yeah.
He was
Slut.
What do they call
Slut
it?
something 69 or something like that. It was.
Yeah.
Such a stupid. Oh God, that shit was too funny.
Oh yeah. What was that name? That was like a funny season. Like,
Yeah.
I know people didn't like the episode continuation of South Park,
Yeah.
but I thought that was great.
The bits were good. The bits were really good.
they had at one point they had him, Gerald is his name, Kyle's dad. I don't know if it was the Norwegians. It may have been another group, but they had him in a like cell.
Yeah.
And he's trapped in there, and there's a code to get out. And one of the enemy Norwegian guys had like changed sides. He's on the good side now.
Yeah.
And he calls him, and he's like, "I know the password to get out." He's like, "What is it?" He's like, "Okay, it's 1." Yeah, that's it. It's 1. Oh my god! It's like, what? He's like, "I could have just tried it. It just like, it's 1."
Wow.
That's
That's
like
anticlimactic,
That's it.
but it works. It works.
that Spaceballs bit. That's like what is it?
No, that's right. It was in Spaceballs 2.
Or no, or what is the joke? Like that's the kind of combination an idiot would use on his luggage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like
Yeah. My favorite bit in Spaceballs is when they're watching themselves.
okay.
Bro,
They,
that
like-
part in the movie.
Will was freaking out
They're
over
like,
that.
how do we do this? They're like, well, go get the VHS. He's like, what? He's like, this is a movie. He's like, we have the copy. Like, go get it. He like goes gets it. They put it in.
Spaceballs the movie.
Fast forwards. He's like, it looks like we're right where we are.
When is then? Then is now.
Bro,
Yeah.
that blew my mind.
that was Rick and Morty like
Yeah,
30
yeah.
plus years ago, man. You know?
But that was like all that vaudeville humor
Yeah.
back then was that kind of
Well,
shit.
Mel
Like
Brooks
the-
is a comedic genius. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
absolutely. Like 100%.
Men in Tights and was it
There's way too many.
Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's what's the one he did with the Willy Wonka dude?
That's what I'm talking about.
The Western one.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder. There's a lot of people in
Yeah.
that. There's way too many. Like, that's why I'm so confused about it, because I'm getting them all
Yeah.
confused. My favorite Mel Brooks is History of the World.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Have you seen that? That's really funny.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's funny because it's all like theater, kind of like all that vaudeville, everything's staged, everything's a set, people are moving, everything's live. And the comedy for that is what influenced what we know as the like, who's that British acting group? They did, Monty Python.
Yeah.
And like, they also kind of follow in that footstep. And we don't really see that anymore.
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Like, not at all. Everything's one take, if not two, but they're from the same camera. Yeah, you don't see anything like that. And but it's funny because everyone says Monty Python and the Holy Grail is the funniest movie I know.
Yeah.
Or they'll say like some of my favorite scenes come from, what is that, Son of Frankenstein, right?
Yeah. There we go. Son of Frankenstein. Yeah.
And,
I kept wanting to say Baby Frankenstein for whatever stupid fucking reason.
That
Or
is
like
something else
Space-
that exists.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
Right.
like
It's like an animated
Spaceballs.
thing.
Okay.
Like Spaceballs is great. It's so
No.
good.
Spaceballs is perfect.
That's a
let
good
that
word
be
for
said.
it.
Let that be. I'm
Like,
gonna
think of-
go on record right now. It's perfect.
If you look at the cast, what's his name who died is like the Chewbacca dog
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
He's dead now, and he's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
That's
Barf.
Oh my.
I know-
God.
Played Barf.
I know all of these people,
Yeah.
but I can't remember
Barf.
their names. Yeah.
Where?
And the main who plays Dr. Helmet or whatever.
That's
Darth.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Rick
Yeah,
Moranis,
dude.
man.
Oh my.
Darth Helmet, man.
He was in Little Shop of Horrors,
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
Um,
You hear that shit? Little off topic a little bit. Like Rick Moranis got like caught somewhere and some asshole beat him up or some shit like that. Like really. Yeah.
Why? Wait,
Dude,
Why?
I have no idea. I just remember seeing that shit. I'm like,
why would you beat up Rick?
I don't know.
The
I
poor
really-
man is
Oh my
trying
God,
to
Darth Helmet!
unshrink his kids.
He's just trying to unshrink his kids. Oh my god.
Dude,
Yeah,
wait. Is that Rick Moranis? Holy shit, it might be. Dude, we gotta go beat him the fuck up.
Beat the shit out of him.
John
that
Candy. John
happen?
Candy.
John
that's
Candy.
who Garth was.
He was in Home Alone.
Yeah.
He was,
He
in
was
what?
the guy that's like, he was in Home Alone. He told the mom, "I'll drive you home.
Yep.
Don't worry."
Yeah.
Even though these guys got a flight and arrived literally like 30 seconds after she got in, she could have waited.
Man. What a
stupid movie. We watched that a lot at the bike shop. Just a little throwing on Home
Oh
Alone.
yeah.
What a stupid movie, bro. You tell me that's what America was like back. They go up to. She's like, "I need to get a flight out. My son is home alone," and like, oh no, she just calls the police. Can you check on my son, ma'am? I don't know if we have time for that. Like, that's the police department that we're dealing
Yeah.
with. What?
Yeah.
And how they treat these women, and then there's like this older. Like, they go to that lady, and she's like, "Look, I'll give you my earrings. I have all this money. It's like $300, like my watch and all this, if you just please trade flights with me." And they're like, "Oh, she has enough." It's like, what? She has an actual problem.
Yeah.
And people are that was the common normal thing to do, is just to be an asshole at all times and leave your son home.
I'd argue that that's still a very common thing amongst a great deal of people. Just
And that's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, what? How are people supposed to just like? It's I don't want to say the word selfish because that's a bad word to describe a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's very much I am me and I am the most important thing in my world.
yeah.
Therefore, nothing else around me is important.
Yeah.
And Home Alone and a lot of movies from that time period, as much as we were just talking about the great vaudeville ones, the ones that were supposed to be based on like reality, show a lot of assholes.
It's this little thing that people like to do that people can't stop doing for
Well, I
one
was going to
reason.
say,
you telling-
fortunately, that we don't have assholes in the world anymore.
Oh yeah, they're
so-
gone.
Yeah, that's been solved.
We
Thank
canceled
God.
them. We're canceling
Yes.
them actively.
We have officially canceled assholes. So if you're watching this, you're first to hear. thank me. We thank Craig. Thank Tyler. Maybe Will, because I thought he left.
Oh,
But
Are you
we
I'm here,
canceled
guys.
assholes.
are you guys forgetting at least half of our viewers are probably assholes, just like
Oh
us?
hell yeah,
That's
brother!
probably
That's
true.
right.
Ah,
God damn
shit.
it! And we stand
Just like
with
the four
you
of
for
us.
sticking with us. Like,
Thank you, assholes. You have no longer been canceled.
how many
Here
assholes
for the
we got
first
on this
time.
ship? Huh?
That's right.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I feel like we're trying to make a commercial for like an F-150, but it's a hybrid.
A little bit.
That's what we're doing right now.
That's exactly what we're going for here.
I don't know,
Okay.
man, because the only thing, like, Will's got his Puerto Rican flag. It's beautiful. You've got your Canadian flag. It's beautiful. Me and Craig don't have flags.
No, I've got Boba Fett like that.
I've got Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, this is
And-
this is a farce. I don't
Those are
belong
pretty good.
here.
It's a farce.
Yeah, I don't belong here. I'm faking this.
Yeah.
So anyway,
You fake it till you make it.
Will, I think
I
you're
remember
like
when we
me
were in
more.
Boston.
Are you no longer an honorary Canadian, or do you no longer wish to stay there? No?
I don't know, man. But the flag is a farce. I am not from here. Like, okay, so here's the thing. Like, my Canadian friends
Yeah.
think it's weird that I have a Canadian flag.
Yeah.
Like, because,
Yeah.
you know, when Zoom pops up, there's like, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 20 people in the meeting, and they're mostly Canadians because I'm in Canada.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one with the Canadian flag.
Yeah.
And then they all make like Biden jokes to the guy with the Canadian flag. It's just like, geez, I'm full of shit. Just like, you know, my acoustics professor, when I have this bullshit $8.99 paneling behind me.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, let's talk about acoustic treating while I'm in this.
Now everybody
Oh,
zoom in on
jeez.
Tyler's camera. Everybody zoom in. So that's not how you do it.
This okay. So I tried to fix it. I got 2-3 big old panels, and they've been attempting to ship for the last 5 weeks.
2,
Wow.
3 big old
3.
panels.
We got 3.
23 big old panels.
No, not 23. 2, 3.
I was because originally I only ordered 2 for behind my speakers.
Yeah.
All of you at home can't see my HS8s. They're here. Then I have I'm gonna have one right here. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But anyway,
You have another one?
God
have
bless
one?
the HS8s, man.
I fucking love them.
What a quality
I love 'em too.
monitor for like not dirt cheap, but way cheaper than the like even from like the HS8s to my PMC like upgrade, it's definitely better, but not by the kinds of money you would have spent for PMC's brand new. Like
Oh,
honestly.
yeah. Well, even I was looking at because you have the twins,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the 228s.
I-
Yeah.
Greg, you have
I was
you have
looking at-
PMC monitors?
You haven't been here, brother.
Where
Yeah,
have
I've
you
got
I
been,
know.
bro.
Yeah. I'll send you
Keep
some
going.
pictures
Sorry,
afterwards.
guys. That impressed me.
Yeah. No,
God, Tyler.
that was my big thing when I got my my unemployment check. Is I was like, if there's one thing I really need, it's gonna be proper monitors, and then the preamp, and then the album. And the monitors, man, it's again like I got them for about 3,000 less than they go for new, because I bought them off of Reverb and went through like a pain in the ass of like the power amps being blown when I got
Oh,
them.
yeah. I remember. I was
Oh.
going to say, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a bad.
You did get them
time.
serviced.
But they fortunately the PMC guys are awesome. The technician, for like the cost of me like literally sending him out, he put brand new replacement power amp, back panel like with the digital bullshit in and shipped it back to me for free, just for me to get him
wow.
out to California, which was not cheap, but not even close to being how bad it could have been.
How much does one of those weigh?
I would probably say around. I'd say somewhere between 18 and 22 pounds.
Is it crazy that that's how much my bikes weigh?
I mean, so which bike? Your bike or like a good and proper Walgreens bike?
My bike.
Oh, okay. Hold on, just had to clarify
I
that.
don't have
Now,
that nice a
I was
bike.
going to say, what is Walgreens quality weigh?
A perfect. It's perfect. It weighs a great like a
It's
It
very
weighs the
durable.
best.
The weight is perfect. Like, They can get heavy. I don't know the way.
No. Shut up.
probably-
They're perfect.
Heavy is perfect, bro. It weighs probably 30 pounds.
Okay. So
But how
perfect.
are
They're probably made of
how
steel.
are those monitors though? Are
Okay.
they absolutely
Man,
amazing?
they're pretty tremendous. Now, granted, again, like I would not buy them at the cost that they want new for them. Like it's kind of like a similar story where like when I had gotten my first diesel amp, there's no way I would have bought my diesel for the cost of them wanting it new. You know what I mean? It's just like it's one of those kinds of things where it's just like I knew I needed a monitor upgrade, and if the dude wouldn't have wanted such dirt cheap, for him, I wouldn't have done it. But other
I
than
feel like
that,
that's how we get like everything these days.
most things, yeah, it's
Like almost
yeah.
everything that like I know I own that's nice or you own, or it's because that opportunity came up that you couldn't
Yep.
refuse.
The move is to just keep saving some extra money somewhere in like a savings account or whatever, and just wait for that one day that one thing you really need just happens to be there, and some desperate guy is just like, I need to get rid of this, and you're like, hello there, I think I can help you out.
The other smart thing is to not always buy when you see that deal. Because some people have that problem where they buy literally everything on every deal they see. Like, how many times do I text you, Craig? Like, I'll send you
Oh yeah.
oh,
yeah.
this guy's selling this for like $1,000. Like, looks good,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, this looks good. And then I don't ever get it because
And then I'll be like, Trevor,
sometimes-
how many 7-string songs do we have? Like, stop.
Oh yeah, how many times? Yeah, I sent you a bunch of 7 strings, and we're looking at those price. Remember that there was that big board I was looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
getting, and there's all kinds of stuff that like they were great deals, but if you buy every great deal you see, you have no money.
Yeah. Well,
So it's
Yeah.
you have to kind of know,
you gotta save. You got
Like a
save up for the good-
VH4.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like all the diesels or PMCs, like yeah, those are things that are you can't actually. I guess I should preface it. You should never just always buy the stuff that's like the okay stuff that's a good deal.
Yeah.
What you should do is, like you said, you should save.
Yeah.
And then every time something that you want, like, okay, I know I need new
No,
monitors.
no, you need, not just want, but you really need. Yeah,
That's what I just said. Yeah, like I know I need new monitors. Like, so I'm going to, like, just start kind of saving, and then when one comes up,
Yeah.
I'll have money for
Yeah.
it. And then there you go. A pair of $5,000 monitors pop up for $3,000 less than their retail for. Yeah, that's a good deal. I mean, getting an amp $2,000 less than it retails for, like.
Can I tell you
That's
the
pretty
awesome
good.
story of my VH4 really fast, and then we'll
Yes,
probably
I've heard
close-
it. I don't know if they've heard it, but it's a great story.
It's pretty rad. So I'll probably just go into this, and then we'll close this up, just because we're already looking at about an hour and 40 minutes here.
Oh wow.
So my VH4 was like the very first like good and proper amp that I'd ever gotten a chance to get, and I was working at Meyer at the time pushing carts, and I had saved up like all summer because like I was like telling myself I'm gonna get this amp. Like I was very deep into the whole like trying to turn myself from death metal to like other musical styles, and I'm like, I gotta start with what Adam Jones has, you know what I mean? Like I gotta get that amplifier. And so I saved all summer, and finally at some point on eBay I saw a listing go up. This guy Dave something, he had an original 90s diesel VH4. The VH4 is now, and I think has been for a while, but it's currently running at like $4,800 or $49, like
$4,800.
yeah, 48. Okay, I scored my VH.
I think it's $4,899.
But I'd scored my VH4 at $2,600. And what's so rad about it in comparison to a lot of other amplifiers, again, very geeky, is the amplifier itself was modded because Dave played in Chicago's tribute Tool band, or did play in Chicago's tribute Tool band. But the amplifier is modded so that channels 2 and 3 they operate the same way that Adam Jones's would. So like the second channel has a little bit more gain on tap, and then channel 3 has a little bit less compression as a standard VH4 would. And like that, it's just been my baby ever since. Like I cannot get rid of this amplifier, and I never will. But it's one of those things. You just like kind of rad finds, save up, do your work, and get it done. You know, because like since then everything else I've gotten has been on financing, and now I'm like broke forever. But like, let it be what it is. It's fine.
I would have to say, between like all of us that are, or anybody watching who's a gearhead, it's like any other hobby in that you got to invest money, and then you can kind of trade stuff around. And,
yeah.
But boutique amps, as expensive as they are, buying them used is sometimes the best way to go.
Absolutely.
Because of how expensive they are. And I mean, even the Friedman, I had to do some repair work for it, and even that totaled, I mean, that still saved me thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, there's amps that go for like, I saw a Dumble pop up the other day. Okay, you know how much that thing cost? It was literally $12,000 or something they wanted for it. That's
not possible. I have never seen a Dumble any less than like $100,000. So shut up, you're lying.
It was like a Dumble clone.
Okay, there we go.
It wasn't. It was, but it doesn't. Either way, it was $12,000 for like something that, well, it's probably already sold. You know. Yeah. Speaking of a Dumble, I bet a Dumble even at 100,000 would sell pretty fast.
Yes, it would.
I mean, shit. I've got an alert listing anytime a what are they called? The Nakeds pop up.
Oh yeah.
You know, on Google, like on a Google search, like, so if anybody posts one anywhere, like I get an update.
So you get an update anytime somebody posts something about naked.
Naked, yeah. Naked kids. Snakes, naked. No, but you know what I mean? Like,
no, I hear you, man.
It's like a love, you know, like I love amplifiers. They're so
they're pretty great.
Gnarly.
They're pretty great.
My camera died.
All right. Well, that's it. Will's camera died. We're gonna close this one off for the night.
Dude,
as always,
whenever like
it's perfect.
Fully charged, it's like an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. So
okay.
like,
no, this is great.
That's good.
Yeah. It's either which way. All right. Well, again, everybody, thank you very much for watching the Mystical Hot Chocolate Talks. We are the Mystical Hot Chocolate Endeavors, and this is our podcast. You have yourselves a tremendous week. If you happen to live in Texas, stay warm, stay safe. Next time we reconvene, I'll be there, that'll be kind of cool. And
it won't be cold.
I'm very stoked to share with you boys my record of the week pick that I've been waiting for a while for. So, all right. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.